Hey there, motorcycle and power sports news. This is Jackie Van Ham. We are here at the Fuel Cleveland show at the beautiful Hale Farm out here just south of Cleveland. This beautiful Norton showed up and I knew I had to talk to you about this incredible build. Thank you so much, and this is your Ride of the Week. Stephanie, can you talk us through this beautiful Norton? I was not really familiar with this. I have not really seen this. In my mind, it's always, different Nortons, and they're black and gold, and that's it.
Yeah.
So when you pulled up with this beautiful silver bike, I knew I had to know more about it. Can you talk us through this machine?
I can. It's a 1954. They were quite popular in England, but they hadn't made their way to the States very frequently that early on. It's a 500cc twin cylinder. This particular bike was a very challenging restoration. A lot of parts had disappeared over the years, and it was completely in pieces when I got it. There are very few records available and shop manuals available for this bike, in general Nortons of that time period. So I did it to the as close to a original spec as I could. Even coming up with the color of the bike was quite a challenge because the color codes don't exist anymore, and there's not much of any there were no samples left on this bike other than underneath the road holder badge on the fork. There was a little bit of the old paint in there that I could work off of, and Exalta paints, thank God, they've got a big display of silvers in that. We found one that I think resembles the original polychromatic gray that they called it. So in certain lights it's got a green tint to it, certain lights it's got a gold tint to it. There's a lot of silver in it and everything. So, but they were very fancy bikes for their day. Even though they made about 200 of them a week back at that time, just like with the hand pinstriped wheels and the painting of the center of the wheels, the chrome tank. It was a pretty snazzy bike for its time. So
it's pretty snazzy for today. Yeah, when you pull this out onto the grass, the chrome tank is wonderful.
Yeah.
What a beautiful style and design.
Yeah.
As I'd already mentioned, I always think, Norton Commando, right? Black bike, gold stripes,
Yeah.
that's your Norton. So this really is a head turner. This is a Dominator.
A Dominator 88.
Dominator 88, and
Yeah.
it is that 500cc.
500 cc's.
Okay. And then can you talk us through a couple of the other details that are on this machine that really kind of stand apart? I love this whole bucket narcelle situation going on up here.
Yeah, the dashboard is unique to the 88, where it only has the big central speedometer and the ammeter, and the lighting switch. That's very unique to the 88. And it's got the British front license plate on it. It's got the separate oil tank from the separate transmission and separate engine, and everything all works together. And it's amazing some of the parts that are available reproduction. The exhaust system was a very high quality reproduction from companies in England. One of the very interesting things on this bike is that a lot of the British bikes came with your traveling tire pump.
Yep.
So it's the quality of life in England in the 50s.
A nice luxury item for sure.
Yeah, or a necessity when your tube starts going flat.
Or a necessity,
yeah.
Absolutely. So I actually, we have crossed paths at a garage here in Cleveland called Skidmore Garage.
Correct.
How important of a role does that play with this bike build?
Oh, it's critical. So I've been a member there for about 3 years, and they've helped me get through about, the knowledge base and the camaraderie of the garage has helped me get through about 4 builds. This was a very challenging part of this build. Was the motor was in terrible condition. The case was in terrible condition. Joe Casola from Saint Cycles in Chattanooga, Tennessee, was a contact that I got through Skidmore Garage. Was able to repair the case of the motor. It was a lot of hours and grinding, the notch grinding where the bolts go through, and re-TIG welding and sanding and tumbling it, and it doesn't look like anything was done on that. It's not something I could have done, and a lead that I would have never gotten without the Skidmore community. So I can't talk highly enough about the Skidmore community. It's a wonderful place.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for showing us this
Oh, you're welcome.
absolutely beautiful machine, and it's our Ride of the Week.